Let's see, is that working though? All right, that's import all of this. Damn, that's a lot of files. Import, import. Let's see. Hope this will work though with all of that open. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh boy. That is slow. Let's get that out of the frame. All right, all right. YouTube, what's going on? Facebook, what's going on? Is that still? Oh, my bad. DJ Uptown, salute. Let me get this in the screen. Boom. Snoop, what up? Ooh, this laptop is having a hard time. I'm importing a bunch of files into Premiere. I wanted to open Twitch to check if y'all can actually hear me, but my computer is having a really hard time making all of these things work together. So, well, even though the counter says 6 minutes and 49 seconds, I actually just started streaming like 2 minutes ago. So, we're just getting started. Dus ja, het is zeker nog rustig, man. Kijk ook wel hoeveel man erbij komen Uptown. We gaan het zien. Why am I logged out? Why am I logged out? Is Premiere done yet? Let me actually open my Premiere screen. What up, Wilson? DJ Kylo. What is happening here? Let's get that screen in the back so y'all know what I'm doing. There you go. Original Fresh Prince, salute to you. I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. I assume y'all can hear me. Let me know in the chat. Can y'all actually hear me? Because I wanted to check on Twitch, but my computer is super slow right now because I'm importing like 50 gigs of files in Premiere, and this is the slow laptop. I assume y'all can hear me. Otherwise, you probably would have had notified me in the chat. So I assume y'all are hearing me. All right, so that's that window. Let's see. Can I also open? This one. Cool. Fonz, for you, thanks for letting me know. Um, that is perfect. For those wondering, I'm streaming from my DJ laptop using the onboard webcam, and this is the microphone I'm using today. The Rode NT USB Mini. It's a USB microphone plugged into the laptop as well. And Daniel asked, why do you need to import 50 gigs of files? That sounds like a lot of footage. Video footage will get it's big footage. Now, of course, to add in this case, it's for video that had 4 angles. So I have files from 4 cameras that I all have to import for the same project. Now on my studio computer, this would be no issue at all. But on this laptop, it is it's taking a toll on it. Let me get that counter out of here. We started. We good. Yeah, man, that's the thing. Like audio footage, it doesn't take up a lot of space. Video footage is crazy, 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 crazy. Uh, Let me quickly check my creator dashboard. Should be a little bit faster now because I think all the footage has been imported and checked. I'm also testing something else. So I'm streaming through the laptop. Now I've done that a couple of times, and we had severe issues with the Wi-Fi over here. So the stream did not go well. So I just went out and bought one of those USB adapters that will allow you to actually plug in wired internet. So it's one of those USB to RJ45, the Ethernet plugs. So because a lot of laptops nowadays don't even have like the option to plug into the internet, you have to use Wi-Fi. So in this case, I am on wired internet. The Wi-Fi is actually shut off. Okay, so it is working, or am I freezing? Let's see. I'm going to assume everything is working, and I'm just going to go off the chat that I see on screen. I'm going to try to keep as much of the other programs closed. So I'm actually going to close the window that has my Restream dashboard, even though that allows me to see what's going on. That is a Chrome window that's going to take CPU power away. So closing that. DJ6 was good. Was good. Was good. So guys, it's Sunday, and it's actually later than than I normally do. It's this is Plugging In. I just share my screen while I'm working, and I'm doing a little bit of work at home now because I'm running late with my Saturday sessions video. I was shooting it yesterday on Saturday. It's now Sunday. It is 5:15 p.m. here in Amsterdam. But I didn't get the right takes yesterday. I think today's takes are okay because yesterday I did some takes for Saturday sessions. After that, I stopped and I actually went ahead to rearrange my studio because I finally got my new desk, a larger desk for the studio setup because I didn't have enough room. So now the old desk is my new DJ table, and I got rid of the other one that was an unstable piece of trash. So now I have like identical desks. The one is a little bit bigger for the studio equipment. The other one is for the DJ equipment. Set that up during the night. I had to sleep in the studio because we have a curfew. Reshot the Saturday sessions after that. And now I still have to edit it. So it's going to be a late Saturday sessions video, but at least it's coming. Mulberry, salute to you. Jazzy Lamel, salute to you. DJ Waves. Let's see, Daniel, what's the good news? Good news about our situation. On the news last week, they predicted that by the middle of May, we'll already be able to go back to normal as they will vaccine 100 people a day. Daniel, where do you live? And that's one thing. Let's address that really quick, um, because a lot of people use that term like back to normal. I mean, we might just, I mean, people are people, so we might end up where we were. But that's going to take longer than that in most places. All right, Denmark. All right, that's not too far away from here. The thing is, I really hope that we maintain some, some of the things that we learned during this pandemic. Because I have to be honest, even when we get back to quote unquote normal, where we used to be, I will definitely cut down on the amount of hands that I shake because we've gotten so used to just shaking everybody's hand, pounds, daps, hugs, you name it. I'm cutting down on that. Same thing with the kissing. Like a lot of people, like whenever they meet all of their acquaintances, they're like 2 kisses, 3 kisses, depending on where you live. I'm cutting that down too. I'm washing my hands more, even when we're done with this, and I'm definitely keeping more distance from people. I mean, we can be close, but not all the times. Because just ask yourself this question since this whole thing started. How many times in the last year have you gotten a cold or a flu? I'm willing to bet for most of you the answer is that goose egg right there. Zero. Says something, right? So same thing for us DJs. I know for a fact that I'll be watching out that when I play in clubs and I play after other DJs, that I will actually clean the equipment before I use it. I won't be licking my fingers when I do the cutting unless I've washed my hands right before I go on and I wash the equipment. But staying away from that. Like I used to do that. I used to walk into the club, you would dap people up, shake hands, get to the set, play. I'm a turntablist and I was used to get a little grip on my fingers, lick my fingers. Now, when you think about it, you're like, wait a minute. I used to do that after I would have shaken people's hands. I've been to plenty of bathrooms in clubs. I know a lot of y'all don't wash your hands. And I don't know, somebody might have coughed in their hand right before they gave me a hand. So those are things that I'll be maintaining after we get done, taking a little more care of that. Same thing with the puff puff pass. And I mean, I don't smoke anymore, but even now, I see people here, like 4 people standing in a circle with a blunt, and you're like, or not a blunt joint, and they're passing it. You're like, I don't know. So again, just think of that. How many times have you been sick in the last year? I think for a lot of people, it's going to be a lot less than normal because of the things we did differently. Saptiel Walk, salute to you. Amos, Mulberry. Yes, yes. So I understand what you're talking about, though, Daniel, like being able to go to restaurants and all of that stuff. Yes, 100%, 1000%. That will be starting to come back. Now, in some places, it will be a little bit later, but it will definitely happen. All right. So let me just grab my. I gotta see which file I need to be my base. That's gonna be you. So right now I'm in the assembly mode inside of Adobe Premiere. That's where you basically pick the files that you want to have in your session. Now I didn't make it easy for myself because, like I said, I have the multiple angles. It's cool, but it takes a lot more work. So it's not always the greatest thing to do. Now, there's definitely a possibility here that some of these files are actually files that I don't need, but I had to just take everything off the SD cards from the cameras and take it with me from the studio because I didn't have the time to also select. Looking at this, these are probably all the files that I don't need. Because I can see these are the files with the wrong focus. But why are they all with the wrong focus? Okay, that's the intro, outro. I get that. So these are the right files. Yes, and as you can see, this Saturday sessions will be Saturday sessions using the Headache Sounds Omni portable turntable. These are the ones with the right. Okay, they all are. Got you. So I'll switch back and forth so I can see the comments as well. DJ Herman in the building. Mike, what's going on? Philip. Corey, thanks for the follow. Does anyone know when will the successor to the DDJ 400 come out? Woo, no, I haven't heard anything about that. So the last thing Pioneer did, of course, was that Flex 6, which is basically the in-between level controller from having like entry levels like the 200 and 400 or going to like DDJ 1000s. You have that Flex 6 in the middle. How long has the 400 been out? It's been a couple of years now, right? So who knows? It might be like either this year or next year, but I haven't heard anything yet. Mike, yes, I do. I do produce and I do make beats. So I make all the beats for my own channel. So, for instance, the Saturday sessions I scratch over instrumentals. I make those instrumentals. For me, it's essential to do that for copyright reasons, so I can use my content on my channel on YouTube, but I can do anything I want with that footage because the music in the footage is also mine. So that's pretty important to me. And sometimes I will also not just make the beat, but also just produce tracks for artists. Rahul, salute to you all the way from Nepal. So Daniel, some of the positives, like one of the positives to me is like being more aware of hygiene, like the examples I just gave. Like when I started to think about the precautions we have to take now and how I used to deal with that when I was DJing, um, I'm going to take some of that with me because let's be honest, even when we're done with COVID-19, the way we have it now, a cold or a flu can be a nuisance as well. And I mean, a cold is just a cold, but like a flu, if it's a bad one and you have it during the time that you actually have gigs, it could cost you. You might not be able to do your gig. So being able to prevent stuff like that with certain measures is a good thing. Other positives taken away from the pandemic, I'd have to think about that. There's more. Same with the negative. Like I think one of the things is with the negative, like with people being at home so much and consuming a lot of information from the internet, getting misinformed a lot that way because a lot of that information isn't from credible sources. And I see more people doing that now. But I don't know. I have to think about that more though. DJ VIP in the building, salute to you. So let me get back to Premiere. So yeah, that's the Omni right there. Let me actually see. Can I already? Why is that saying that it's playing? It's not playing right now. Oh yeah, I have to change the settings real quick. I actually hope this is going to work because I'm attempting something now that might not even work. Yes, Premiere will run on this laptop slower. But in this case, I'm also streaming from the same laptop. I don't know if this oh, that's already good. I don't know if this laptop can actually handle that. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, Daniel, if this like misinformation has been there before, but I feel like people have been consuming more online content, including information, because they've been home more. And yeah, it's TL, right? Like TL Walk says, like one of the positives is more time working on the craft. I mean, I do know several people that have used the time to learn new things or improve the craft that they were doing. And of course, when things go back to normal, you might not have as much time, but it is a lesson to let yourself know, like, hey, I can't always learn new things or I can always improve. Uh, so let's see. Like I can tell this is like super slow. I just hit play and nothing is happening. It takes a long time. Whoa. Wow. If that is my audio, then I'm done with this project already. Wow. Wait a minute. Can y'all actually hear this? Let me see. Oh no, y'all can't hear this yet. Let me see if I can share this with you. Um. All right. I hope it's not too loud. Wow. You hear that? All right. So that was my Adobe Premiere session because I can't use this. Okay, so I recorded the scratches from the Omni using the headphone output. I put a splitter on that output. So one went to speakers and the other one went to the camera to record the audio. There is an enormous amount of crazy static in there. That noise is not anything here. That is like all of that rumble and static was in the recording. Damn. Okay. I mean, there's nothing I can do with that. There's nothing I can do with that. So the bad thing is, that means I'll have to reshoot the entire thing. It is what it is. Barry, what's going on? Salute, man. Salute, salute, salute. No, this was the recording, and I'll do a double check right now by actually checking the footage separately. So y'all can see this, but I'm gonna open the file so I can listen to it. So let me quickly check that. Let me hear how that sounds. So y'all can hear that. I'm gonna do it in the headphones for a sec, but I need to hear what happened here. So I need one of these files. Play. Oh, wow. That is terrible. That's not even scratching. That's just the turntable being on, and I wasn't even doing anything there. So, okay, that recording is messed up, and this is something that can happen, and it's happened before. And I think the most important thing is what I didn't do this time, what I should have done, because this was a different way of recording, is I should have done a test and listened back to the test. I only looked back at the footage. I did not hear, so I did not hear that. So I got 4 angles of scratching that I can just throw away. That's, yeah, it happens. It's one of those things that will happen like once in a couple of years, and then it reminds you, like, oh yeah, I recorded in a different way. I should have tested it before, and I didn't. So it's my own fault, and that means that I'm done with the editing. Let me see what's that here. Tilam, have you done a session about changing virtual memory on laptops? It's another thing I picked up from being home. It's a huge difference in computer speed. No, I've not talked about that yet. Yeah. DJ Extinguish, I think you're missing the point. This has nothing to do with the volume settings here. This is in the recording. The volume levels were perfectly fine. I mean, that's the thing. I could see that I have levels on the camera I used to record. So I'm looking at that screen, and I could see the levels while I was doing the scratching. And Like normally, if you have static like this, then your levels would be already showing like, hey, even when you're not doing anything, the recording is picking up a lot of noise. I did not see that. Um, and the crazy thing is, like, the output to the speakers was clean. Because that's the thing. Like, if it would have sounded like that through the speakers, then I would have known automatically, like, hey, there's something wrong with the output on that turntable. But that sounded great. Through the speakers, it sounded perfectly, well, perfectly fine. It definitely sounded good. So, that's the weird part. So either the splitter I used is broken, but that was a brand new splitter, like literally just took it out the plastic before I used it on that turntable, or yeah, the cable from the splitter to the camera was also a brand new cable. So it's weird, but again, it's one of those things that can happen, and I should have tested it. I should have tested it, and I didn't. So that's my own mistake right there. Let me see something real quick. Let me open this for a second. It's a different camera angle, which recorded the room audio, and I'm not going to use it, even though I'll have a recording like the other cameras have onboard microphones that record the room sound. That's not loud, but it recorded it, and that was totally clean. So yeah, something in that in the output or the splitter or the cable to the camera couldn't do the job right. Hey, Dr. Jeremy, what's going on? Yeah, feedback. I don't know how it could have received feedback. So, um, no, that's not a mic sound. That's not a mic sound. So let me explain one more time. So I have the Omni, the portable turntable. Can I show that video screen that I have open? Can you also? Can I show that? Wait, I can't show videos like that? Hold up, let me see if I can show you the video I'm looking at. Am I allowed to open that in one of these? Oh no, wait, you can only see it if it's open, right? Let me see, can I see it now? Can we add that one? Is that this one? No, that's not that one. Okay, so no, whatever, I can't show you. Okay, so one more time. I have my portable turntable, the Omni, and that has an output, headphone output. In that headphone output, I plugged in a splitter. One side of that splitter, I added a cable that went to speakers, so I could hear in the room what I was doing. I could hear the scratches. The other side of the splitter had a cable in it that went into my Panasonic GH4 camera. So it's not the mic of the cam, is the line input for that camera. That's the way you can actually record your audio in a better way than using like a video mic. So for instance, instead of having a microphone next to your speaker and recording, when you plug it straight into the camera, you get a better recording. I do that all the time. So either that cable from the splitter to the camera had an issue, or the splitter is messed up, that one side was good and the other side was not, because like the sound coming from the speakers, which came from the same turntable, that sounds perfectly normal. I mean, it's not loud, so y'all can hardly pick this up probably, but no static in the scratches there. Wait, why is it not continuing to play? What's going on? Oh, the computer is having a hard time. Yep. So yeah, man. Weird. Brand new cables, both of them. The one into the camera and the splitter, brand new. Just got them out of the plastic. So yeah, I'll do some tests with that when I get back to the studio. But again, if I tested it after the first recording, I would have heard that, and then I wouldn't have continued to record all of those angles. Um, the input jack itself should be perfectly fine as well. And there's a pretty simple way to actually test that, because I also recorded my intro and outro on that same camera, but then I took the cable out that came from the turntable and I plugged in my Video Mic Pro. So if it's the input, then we should get the same static on this recording. And I can already hear, like, I have a video playing now. Y'all can't see it, but so that's coming from the same microphone input on the camera, and that sounded. Maybe that was a little. Could y'all hear that? I think that was a little bit. That wasn't loud enough. Let me hit that again. I think y'all can hear it now. Okay. So the video is already playing. No static. Now you're gonna hear my voice come in.
What's going on? It's time for some scratching. It's time for a new Saturday sessions. Let's.
Yep. So no, the mic input on the line input on the camera is still perfectly fine. So it means that something is wrong with the splitter or the cable. I'm gonna test both. Anyway, I have other work to do, and I'll get to that in a sec. Did you go to university or have any other job before you DJ'd? Or has DJing been your whole life? Well, basically, oh, wait a minute. I have a Zoom Mixtrack L8 that allows 4 outputs, so you don't need a splitter. All right, I'm trying to see how that makes sense in this case right here. Yeah, so I mean, you could go from, and I could have done that as well. I have a Zoom H5. I could have gone from the turntable into the Zoom to record, and then use the headphone output on the Zoom to go to the speakers. I could have done something like that. I mean, there's multiple solutions. This just seemed like the right one at the moment, because I had all the cables on deck, ready to go. Skojo, what's going on? So no, I did not go to a university. DJing has basically been my entire life. Like I was still in school when I started to. I was still in school when I started to play basketball first, and at a certain point, I added DJing and continued to do DJing and started to do it more and more and more and more and more and more. So yes, that's basically been my entire career. I knew pretty early on this is what I wanted to do. Before that, it was basketball. At a certain point, I had to make a decision. Like uh, I couldn't do both because I was already starting to do my first like gigs late at night, and then the next day I would have a game, and you're not fit enough because you didn't sleep enough, and now you're letting down a team because basketball is a team sport. So I had to make a conscious decision to stop playing basketball after 10 years and really focus on the DJing aspect. So that's what I did. So yes, that has been like from pretty early on what I wanted to do, and now I've been doing it for like close to 28 years. So that's been a pretty long time. All right, I'm checking your questions, and I'm gonna um, get Beatsource up because I gotta find new tracks for my stream tomorrow. Crates is a Beatsource edition. Excuse me, but I quickly have to order some food while we're at it. Same as me, I play basketball too. Got into the senior team when I was 18, then DJed at 19 until now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that combo is rough, like games here, like here at least, like the basketball games were on Sunday, always in the morning, and I was DJing like on Saturdays. So DJing on Saturday night, getting like hardly any sleep, and then showing up like for a game. Yeah, it's not really the way to go. Like I saw that earlier. Like I said, it's a team sport, so I can't be that irresponsible to not show up in shape because then I'll let the team down. Team down. I mean, if it's a solo sport, if you're playing tennis, you're not letting your team down. You'll only let yourself down. But with basketball, that was just like a different thing. Yeah, I played basketball for 10 years. Absolutely um, loved basketball. Still really like basketball. Loved it. That was my life from 10 to 20. Basketball was basically my life. I was like out every day. Um, for our country, I can say I played at the highest level because I played at the highest level we have here. That's on a national level, but this is not a basketball country, and um, I don't know if how well I would have done in other areas where basketball is more of the main sport. But like it was really a game I love to play. Uh, so no, I definitely did not think I could go to the NBA. Like I had enough sense to know that the level there is extremely high, like really extremely high, and yeah, I don't think that would be something I could have made, knowing how high the level is. My favorite b-ball player. Good question. Like, look, I've been through different eras of basketball. Like when I started to watch the NBA, we're talking about the 80s when it was all about the Lakers and Celtics. That was my introduction basically to the NBA, watching Magic and Bird go at it. And like those were magical times, first off. Like those were legendary clashes. And I was a Lakers guy all the way. So like looking at the team that they had then, like those teams, like with Magic and Worthy and Kareem and Michael Cooper and Kurt Rambis, super dope. And the Celtics, of course, like Bird, McHale, the Chief, they had like those clashes were magic. And then, of course, that rolled into the Jordan era. So I really grew up on those guys. Now, when I stopped playing basketball, I also had a period of time where I definitely paid less attention to basketball. And I kind of I kind of missed I kind of missed an era. Like I heard the names, but I didn't really see them play that much. And for the last I don't know how many years I've been paying more attention again for the last like 5 or 10 years. So of course like Kobe the legend, love Kobe. Um, but if we take a look at who's in the league now, I mean Braun is still playing great. That's crazy to see. Um, if we're taking a look at new guys, I love what guys like John Morant are doing. Zion is a beast, of course. Um, there's some of the rookies now that are also already showing some great play. But of course, like guys like Dame, Steph, there's a lot. I don't really have like a favorite player. I also don't have like a team that I'm rooting for um, at all. I know it's your question, but for you, it's Kareem, greatest athlete ever. He played in shell toes. Yeah, I mean, I love that era. I love that era. 100%. Yeah, the height also plays a role. I mean, you had great small players. You had some great small players. But I mean, I'm like 6'1", 6'1", 6'2", no 6'1", like 185 centimeters. So for basketball, like I was like one of the smallest in my team. So you are always aware of the fact that you're definitely not big for basketball. All right, let me order this real quick because it's getting later, and we got to make sure I get the food in here in time. Let me get this in here. Yes, yes. Extra, extra bread. Boom, and one more. Something. I need something more in here. So today I'm actually I'm in the Turkish kitchen right now, looking at some döner, some shawarma to go with it, and I might get some sucuk and something they call a Turkish pizza, which is like a rolled up joint right there. Do I have everything? Yeah, let me get one more of these. Boom, boom. All right, let me order that up real quick. Yes, 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 yes. Because that happens a lot. Like the times that I do order food, if I get distracted either by talking or working, sometimes like I see the clock and I'm like, oh, I forgot to order, and then it takes way too long. And it's Sunday. Like my youngest has school again tomorrow, so I can't make it a late day here. All right, so that's happening. Got you. All right, so tomorrow is a new edition of Crates, my mix show on Monday, every Monday. And no, wait, let me use Edge instead of Chrome because Edge definitely does not use as much CPU as Chrome. So I'll use that to open Beatsource. Every last Monday of the month is my all vinyl edition. So that was last week. And every first Monday of the month is my Beatsource link edition. So, meaning tomorrow, all of the music that I'll play during the live stream is not coming from my computer, but it's coming straight from Beatsource. Now, this cable is working pretty great, so I'm definitely taking this cable tomorrow, this adapter. So, I'll be using cabled internet while I'm DJing. Even though I've used the Wi-Fi before, it definitely works. But yeah, I'm going to use that. So, if you're not familiar with Beatsource Link, you're basically using music from the Beatsource website, and Beatsource is an online music store. And you can use all of their music inside of your DJ software if you have a Beatsource Link account, which I do. So that allows me to use all of their music. Let me open that screen for you. So, can I open it in this one? That should work. A little bit more. So that's the Beatsource website. They sell music. You always order food online. Daniel, you're going in, man, with the questions, but I like it. It's all good. No, sometimes. Like this is one of those days. Like I've been in the studio, I just got home and I still have to do this, so I don't have time to cook today. So in this case, ordering is the way to go. But no, I prefer to cook actually. So this is Beatsource. If you haven't seen that before, it's a music store. They have a ton of music here. They have deals with, I think they now have deals with all the labels. So they have like really a lot of music in here. And Beatsource is also the first to now offer edits. That's what they're working on, edits. Same like you have them in the DJ pools, and that is something that's new, that hasn't been done. Labels did not approve of that before. So meaning we're all gonna get like you're gonna get the edits inside of the DJ software as well when you use Beatsource Link, and I think they just added a bunch of instrumentals as well. And the cool thing is they have a lot of playlists that you can use, and all of those playlists have been curated by DJs, but they now also have like VIP crates or playlists, and they basically show you what some of the DJs have in their playlists. And you could just save one of these playlists to your library and then see it in your DJ software. Let's see. I saw something. Yeah, right here, the hip hop instrumentals. And like they stay pretty relevant with they stay really relevant with like new things. So like the development of Daft Punk announcing earlier in the week that they're calling it quits. Right after that, they had like a library with Daft Punk, like 100% Daft Punk songs, like 57 songs in there. So for DJs, if they feel like, hey, I want to do like a tribute mix, bang, you got a playlist right there. Not that you only have to use those tracks, but it's a great place to start. Hip hop instrumental, 70 tracks. Let me see what's in here. I already know I'm going to add this to my library though. I want to take a look and see what's in there. DJ Knowledge, what's going on, man? Vocal, what's going on? Salute, salute. Don Julio. All right, great. That's dope. Yes, great to hear. Swal Modelo, I see you. Salute, salute, salute. Okay, so let's see. Hip hop instrumentals. What do we have here? Cardi B, CJ, Freddie Gibbs. All right, that's dope. That's dope that they have this one in here. Back that ass up instrumental. They got some big timers in there as well. Jay Dilla instrumentals, couple of Dr. Dre's, Shook Ones Part 1 and 2 instrumentals, a Brand Nubian. All right, it's pretty diverse. Got some old and some new. Dope, 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 dope. I'm going to show you how that works real quick, by the way. So let me just open up my Serato. All right, so I'm not in the studio, so I can't really talk about Phase with the new update. But like I said on Wednesday, I wanted to test the new Phase update with Serato. And I updated Serato to the beta version, and I tried to update my Phase transmitter and what's it called? The receiver, sorry. And I couldn't update. So I couldn't test it. Now, I just connected it to the studio computer and updated it through the studio computer, and that worked just fine. So my Phase is updated, Serato is updated, so now I just need to test. So most likely tomorrow I'll be using music from Beatsource Link through Beatsource Link, but I'll be playing with Phase and Serato using the HID mode. I'm just waiting for Serato to start up so I can show you the screen. And that takes a while on this laptop. So I hope the stream continues well because I can't see anything right now. I just see a black screen and a little loading thing. All right, so Serato is opening. Let's make that a little bit smaller so I can bring in Serato so I can show y'all guys. Wow, it's not even reacting yet. Whoo! That laptop is working for it right now, man. Okay, got you. Mad Live, was that question for me? I think not, right? First time looking at Beatsource. Okay, so no, damn it, it already went by. I saw someone say is this better than BPM Supreme. So just to clarify, because I do see a lot of people who mix it up, Beatsource is not a DJ pool. So it's not like BPM Supreme, DJ City, Beat Junkies. Those are DJ pools. This is a music store. So you can go to beatsource.com and you can buy music there. So they have songs and you can just buy the songs. Same way you can buy them on iTunes. Same way if you're into house, you can use Beatport. Beatsource is just a music store, online music store aimed at open format DJs. It's a collaboration between Beatport and DJ City. So it's a music store. But if you have a Beatsource Link subscription, it means that you can use all of the music that they have inside your DJ software. And that works with, I think, every DJ software except for Tractor right now. Like it works with like everything else already. And they just added more. So it works with Serato, Recordbox DJ, Algorithm DJ, Virtual DJ, and it works with Engine Prime. So, for instance, if you have that the Denon, the Prime Go, the Go 4, or the Prime 4, or the Go 2, those that can use an internet connection, you can use Beatsource Link as well. So it's not a DJ pool. It's not like you subscribe to Beatsource and just download their music. That's not how it works. You can buy their music, or with Beatsource Link, you can stream it in your DJ software. The quality of their files. So if you take they have like 3 tiers of subscription. With the lowest tier, let me just pull it up because I hate using wrong information. So let me just bring that into the frame for us right now. So you can actually just see it. See how long that takes to load? That is just the computer having a rough time with everything. Like I use their top tier subscription because then you have the higher quality files and you get to store more tracks offline. So and as you can see, by the way, you can try it for free for 30 days. So that's pretty cool as well. Okay, let me scroll down. There we go. So they're $9.99 a month subscription. Lets you make custom playlists. You can preview the full tracks. The audio streaming quality is 128 kilobits per second AAC files. And you have no offline storage. If you take the Link Pro, $19.99 a month, you also get the custom playlist, preview full tracks, but then you get the 256. So that's definitely a lot better than a 128. So I would definitely say go for a Link Pro. And you can store 50 tracks offline. And as it says right here, the offline locker is currently available in Recordbox, DJ, Virtual DJ, and DJuice. That's Hercules software. But in the new Serato beta, the new version, offline storage is now available in Serato as well. So I have this one. That's the Link Pro Plus. That's $29.99 a month. And that also gives you the 256. And you get 100 tracks offline. So that's the main difference between those. So yeah, that's what I will go for. One of the Pro or Pro Plus versions. So you could already store offline in different software, but a lot of people were using Serato, and now they can use that as well. So if you have the tracks in your offline storage, then they work without the internet. But yeah, preferably you want to use this with a working internet connection so you have access to everything. So okay, let me show you real quick because I see my Serato screen isn't open here yet. So let me open that real quick for you so you can see Serato. Let me bring that in real quick. Jay Styles, what's going on, man? Salute to you. Let me take this out of the frame for a second and let me bring this in. Why are you so small? Wait a minute. What is happening, Serato? Yeah, a little bit bigger. That's okay. Actually, I'll move it a little bit to the side for now so you can see because my face is kind of blocking this part. This is the important part right here. All right, so check it out. If I'm in Serato right now, I have a bunch of folders in here, as you can see. And right here, I have this little icon called Beatsource. Now, if I click on that, it's going to open. And now we get music that's not on my computer, but is on the Beatsource website. It's in their archive. Now, they have a selection here called Top Tracks. And then they have different genres for that. So you have their top tracks in dance right now, top tracks in hip hop right now, Latin, pop, R&B, reggae, and dancehall. Then you have curated playlists. And in their curated playlist, again, you have the different genres. So I can click on hip hop, and then you get a ton of curated playlists. And that is the same for the different genres. And then you have something called My Playlists. Now, these are all playlists that I found on Beatsource that are just added to my library. So all of these came from their website. And I think I made one playlist of my own that's also in here. But the rest is all just from the Beatsource website, and I just added it to my library. Now, the other one was called Instrumentals Hip Hop. Now, as you can see, that's not in here right now yet. It's not in here yet because I haven't added it to my library. This is just what's in here now. So if I go to, boom, if I go here now and I have this instrumentals playlist right here, if I say save to library, 70 tracks from instrumentals hip hop successfully added to your library. So now I will have access to those files inside of Serato as well. Now, they won't magically just appear here now. That's not how it works. It doesn't like automatically like reload, even though I have some instrumentals here. That's not that folder, if I'm not mistaken. Or did it already appear? And am I just saying some nonsense now? Wait a minute. Is that already it? Like normally, you're supposed to just quickly change sources to see it. Let me double check if that's the one. Like normally, you would go into your settings. Let me double check. Can y'all see what I'm doing right now? No. Sorry, my bad. My bad, my bad. There we go. All right, we're back. So normally, if you add new playlists to your library while you already have Serato open, what you would normally do is go to library, and then here under music streaming, you would just, it's now selected, Beatsource, sorry, is now selected. If you want that to refresh, all you would basically have to do is click on one of the others, and then just click back to Beatsource, and normally that's enough to make it refresh. Okay, so my Serato is not reacting right now. Oh, I hope it will continue. This is because my computer can't handle it. I hope it comes back. I'll give it a second. Oh, wow. Look at that mouse action right there. That's pretty crazy. Let me close that, open it. All right. So if you deselect and select it, yes, the new songs should appear. But as you can tell, my computer is having a bit of a rough time right now. But yes, Matt Live, that's exactly it. You deselect and select, and then normally it should be back again. Serato, are you react? There you go. Serato is reacting again. So now, let me just close these because it's taking up too much. Now you can see playlists at the top, instrumentals, hip hop. Now that new thing has been added. That wasn't there before. And you can do it like that with all the, so for instance, I actually want to add, that Daft Punk that we just saw. I'm gonna go back to the main page. Let me see that playlist. That one. I don't even have to click on it and go in it. I can just hit that here, save to library, and it's saved. All right. Let's open Serato again. So right now it's not there yet. I just quickly do this, go into those settings again. Now normally that's quick, but as you can tell, my laptop is not allowing me to do it quick. Library, deselect Beatsource, select Beatsource again. And there you go, 100% Daft Punk. It's that quick. So that's super convenient. Now most of the times you're not doing this while you're playing. You're not adding new playlists to you're not adding new playlists while you're DJing. You're not if I'm DJing, I'm not on the Beatsource website looking for new playlists. You should do that in advance. So that's something I'm actually gonna do now, is just add some more playlists. Now that mouse is highly annoying. Now I would prefer to also just really make my own playlists, but that would mean that I would have to go through all of the songs in here and add those songs individually to a new playlist. But for now, just to make sure I have enough. So one thing, like I love the fact they just added a Stone's Throw favorites playlist in here. Like the catalog is amazing. Like it goes in all sorts of directions. Over here, look at that. We got Planet Asia, Peanut Butter Wolf, Lupac, Quasimodo. I see a bunch of stuff here. Here we got some of the Champion soundtracks in there. Some Doom, of course. So that is a playlist that I most definitely want to have in there for my stream tomorrow. So saving that to library right now. So that's the easy way. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna add a lot of those playlists, so I just have them inside of Serato ready to go. Um, and yes, Mad Live, what you just said, is also a great option. You can just add playlists to your library, then look at those playlists, and if there's songs in there that you just don't want, you can actually delete them from the library as well. So it's not like you have to take everything that's in there. So I can now go to, we're going to go to my library. So over here, you see all of these different playlists. It's taking a little time to load. Now I could go in here. So for instance, the Stone's Throw, and I could now edit that playlist and delete tracks. I'm not going to do that because I want all of these tracks, but you could just delete tracks if a certain playlist has songs in there that you don't want to have. So yeah, that's super dope as well. So yeah, one day I will take the time to actually just go through a lot of songs in here and add songs to personal playlists. But for now, it's it's just a great way to add stuff fast by just going into their playlist. Yeah, your music vocabulary in certain genres will be better than their playlists in most cases. Agreed. If you're a seasoned DJ and you already have your own style, flavor, and everything, you will look at lists and be like, yeah, I don't need those. I do like those. But the fact is, like, these playlists are clearly curated by DJs, which is a big plus. That's not something you're gonna find on other music stores. Like, if there's a genre that I'm not well versed in, but I know I need it for a specific gig, I know I can go in here and they'll have some playlists in there uh, that are great for me to have as a starter for that particular genre. even if it's something like Afro beats that I don't play a lot of Afro beats, but I know that if I take one of their playlists, chances are that most of the songs in there will be actual playable songs instead of just for instance, let's say I could also download like um, some of these best of CDs and use those tracks. But best of is mostly for listeners at home. It's not specifically for the clubs. And in this case, these playlists were made with the club in mind. Now, even this, like if you already have your own identity and style, you most likely will not need this. But this could be a great place to start if you haven't had the experience yet. Like um, they have like a club opening and club prime time and closing for hip hop and for pop and for dance and for reggae. So if you haven't played a certain genre, this could be like a guideline. And look, it's not going to work for every club, every party. Not every hip hop party is the same. But it's better than just downloading a bunch of songs from a genre when you have no idea what's what and just randomly starting to play that at a gig. So yeah, they have stuff like that in there. Then they have like same thing with like rock. I don't have rock in my normal collection. Same thing with like 80s. I know all of these songs. I just don't have them in my collection. But if I know there's a party where I could get some of that 80s vibe in there, this is going to be faster for me than having to go through my entire music collection, which is like a lot of music, and finding all those 80s tunes. So, yes, DJ Knowledge, you're going to have less filler tracks. Um, so that's definitely, in my opinion, I think that's a great thing to have. I would never just depend on playlists like this. So for me, it's not going to be like I'm going to download one of these playlists and just play them track by track. Like, hey, I'm just going to play this playlist and then I'm good. But I think it's a dope place. It's dope to add, especially if you're at a party and for some reason someone wants to hear something that you just know you don't have, but you know it would be cool to play it. To be able to go in here and even have stuff like have like 50 Van Halen tracks in here, or have like a ska section in here, like yeah. And then they have the global sounds as well, where they have like French essentials, Italian essentials, German essentials. Super dope. Even if it's just to listen, just not even to download, but if you want to hear like, hey, what is like some of the vibes that are going on there? Uh, I'm actually gonna, yeah, I need to talk to them. I think they should have like some Dutch essentials in there as well. That would be dope. All right, then you have the Beatsource Link essentials in all different genres. Then you have original samples, also very cool. So where's that house sample from? Where's that hip hop sample from? Where's the R&B sample from? So just in case you feel like you want to add some originals in there, let's see what they have from hip hop. They got 76. I think I'm going to add these to my library as well right now for tomorrow's stream as well. Okay, while that's loading, let me take a look at the chat. Uh, let's see. What up, bro? Is the library for 90s and older massive? Find that BPM Supreme is lacking in that area. Like, I think a lot of DJ pools will be lacking in that area. I mean, it all comes down to how much of the catalog you're actually allowed to have in your DJ pool. And I know a lot of the DJ pools aren't actually legit when it comes to it comes to that. Um, so I'm not sure how big their 90s is. We'll take a look in a sec. All right, what do they have here? Uh, uh, uh. Okay. So how did they do this? Because this is just the Mary J song that I see right here. So what's going on? What's going on? I haven't seen this before, so this is my first time seeing this actual playlist. Yeah, that's the Mary song. I'm stopping it now. Otherwise, I can't even replay my stream because of copyrights. But am I missing something? I'm not seeing the sample yet. Original versions and the hip hop tracks that sampled them. Okay, I'm kind of missing this one. I'm not seeing the original samples right now. Or are they coming in below? Okay, okay. It's all mixed up. So you got the originals and the hip hop songs that used them. I got it. I thought it was like one file with the original and the hip hop track. That's my bad. Let me quickly see about that 90s thing, how big that is. Skill 161, salute to you. Yeah, big time. What up, what up? It would be nice that you could download the song so that you don't need the internet. So DJ Knowledge, they have the subscription where you can have either 50 tracks or 100 tracks offline. So they have an option for that. Yeah, Mad Live, they have their DJ Tools section too, where you have like all files with scratch sounds in there as well. So that's pretty cool. Um, Now look, I would always still have files on my computer. Like if I'm in the studio and I'm doing the Beatsource Link Edition, I'm perfectly fine with it, and I'll play everything from Beatsource. But if I was doing like live gigs, I would make sure to have files on my computer as a backup, just in case. Just in case. You never know what type of stuff happens and that there's no connection. And even if I have 100 tracks in offline storage, if I'm playing like 4 hours, that's going to be tricky. If I'm doing like, let's say I'm playing for 30 minutes or an hour, you can have more than enough tracks in your 100 offline storage to be safe. But otherwise, it's still cool to have a backup on your computer. Now, one thing that's important to mention though, if you're using the music from Beatsource Link, through Beatsource Link, so if you're using Beatsource's music in your DJ software, you will not be able to record your set. Keep that in mind. That's important. You will not be able to record your set inside the DJ software. That's a copyright thing. They have the license to let you stream the music, but recording it is not an option. There are ways around that, of course, because if you cannot record within your DJ software, you could record using an external recorder, for instance. But if you're used to using Serato or Rekordbox or Tractor doesn't work with Beatsource, but like Serato or Rekordbox, and you record your sets in the DJ software, that record option will not activate if you're using Beatsource tracks. But again, I have an external recorder, and I can always bring that if I want to do something like that. So let me go in here. So for instance, if I get these tracks in here, so I got two Daft Punk tracks in here now. If I want to record bang, eject streaming tracks from decks to start recording. It will not let me record. See? So that doesn't work. So keep that in mind. Something to be aware of. You don't want to go to the club or do a set somewhere. You're using Beatsource Link for all of the music, and you're like, all right, let's go and hit record. That's not going to work. Yeah, Mad Live said, I just purchased the track if it's important to my set. Yeah. Like, I mean, I will have a lot of the music already, so I don't have to purchase it again. I'll just get it from my computer. But if I don't have the track, and I want to make sure I have it. Let's say I have some paid gig and I have an intro where I'm supposed to play whatever type of track. I'll make sure that track is on my computer. And yes, I can just go to Beatsource. So we can go back to Beatsource. Let's turn this off again. Hello? Is that the wrong one? Where are you? Oh, there you go. So if there's a song in there somewhere and I'm like, yo, I need to have that, and yes, I'll just hit buy. All right, let me see. Where was that 90s thing? Was that somewhere here? Did we see that somewhere here? Like it, with every playlist, you can see how many tracks are in there. So with the pop here, it's 43. There's 50. There's 21. So some playlists are bigger, some are smaller. So that's really different for different genres. So for instance, like the Afrobeats here, it has like 90 tracks in there. Viral Essential, 80 tracks. And then another one might have 40 or 20. Throwback instrumentals, so those are more, so those are those instrumentals we were talking about, or more instrumentals even. Here you have scratch sentences and DJ tools, pretty cool as well. They got acapellas in here. Um, a bunch of different stuff. Now, for instance, this is a different type of thing also. Like during the Road podcast, they had a lot of debates about verses and they were talking about different artists. And then they'll add tracks from those artists that they were talking about. Then we got a lot of Afro beats. Now, for your weddings and mobile gigs, they'll have like top wedding songs and stuff I know nothing about. Like I've played a couple of weddings, but I never play as a wedding DJ. So, wedding party entrance songs, dinner classics, bouquet toss songs. Yo, that I mean, I would have no clue. First dance songs. Now, in most cases, I would think that for the first dance, the client will actually tell you which song they want. But if that's not the case, they got songs in there for that. They have mother son dance, corporate gigs, quinceañeras. Now, that's something I've never seen here. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, like in this area, you do have part of the community might actually do that. I've never been to one, never played at one, so I know nothing about it. But they have like a playlist for it, so that's pretty dope. All right, genres, just to show you all that as well. Let's go into hip hop. Um, let's see. I'm with you. If I have it, I just get it from Dropbox. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like the perspective is so important. Like some people, when you tell them, like for instance, if they want to use a DJ pool and the DJ pool is $20, or you have a service like Beatsource Link, which is 10, 20, or 30, and they're like, "Wow, that's so much." It's all about perspective. Like vinyl in the Netherlands was pretty expensive. Like when I went to New York, I used to go to Beat Street on Fulton Street to get vinyl, and I pay like $5, $6 for a 12 inch. So that's $5, $6. At that same time in the Netherlands, we were paying close to 12.99 in euros for a 12 inch, which is like more than $15. So I'm used to having to pay large amounts of money for music. At a certain point, I was spending close to 1,500 euros a month on vinyl. It's ridiculous. And now, for like 20, $30, you have access to tons of music. So, yeah. And I can understand for some people if it's like just a side hobby and you don't have a lot to spend, every euro, every dollar counts. I get that. But if this is something you really like to do, and by using either a DJ pool or using one of these, like a streaming source like this, for that amount, and you have access to all of that music, it's crazy. Hey, we got Kick Cut up in the building. Salute, my brother. I was talking about you. When was it? I think on Wednesday in the stream when someone was talking about playing rock, and I was talking about the example how you would do your opening set for Pink with a crazy mixture of like hip hop, rock, and all sorts of elements in there. So yeah, man, salute to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Rita77, thank you as well. Anyone familiar with Bandcamp? I heard DJs on another stream talking about remixes from there. Yeah, I mean, I don't go to Bandcamp a lot, but I know some people, some producers and DJs who release their music through Bandcamp, so they sell it through there. Um, but I haven't spent a lot of time on there. But yeah, like I was saying, like for tomorrow's stream, I won't have time to do like an in depth search for songs and add them to my own a new playlist. But I might just go through like the featured songs and get some of those tracks and put them in my playlist. And beyond that, I'm just adding a bunch of extra playlists to my library to have them ready in Serato. Um, and I know that during the stream tomorrow, I'll be spending a lot of time actually going through those playlists because I don't know them by heart. I haven't spent that much time in them, but I'm just fully confident that I'll have all the music I need. Last time was a blast as well, even though I had to go through everything right then and there. That's kind of like if you're a DJ and you would have to play with someone else's crates. It's pretty, um, you get out of your comfort zone, but just knowing that I could go into any of these. So let me get my Serato back. Like just knowing that I have playlists based on genres, playlists based on producers. So I spent a lot of time in those producer playlists the last time, like the Teddy Riley, the Jam and Lewis, Dilla, you name it, and then all of those label playlists that they have in there. I spent a bunch of time in there as well, like Def Jam, Death Row, Rockefeller, OVO, Bad Boy, Loud. Then a bunch of my favorite producers in there again. And now I've just added some more with like that the instrumental playlist, the Daft Punk playlist, um, songs that used Kraftwerk in their production. You name it. Got the DJ tools in here as well. So I'm gonna have plenty to choose from. Old, new, you name it. Some club prime time just to see what's in there. I need to add some of the VIP playlists though. Just take a look at that. But there's just so much in there. That's the dope thing. There's so much in there. Let's see. Domestic $5 to $6 per 12 inch. Import about 10. Yeah. So that was the thing here as well. Like we were paying if you convert it like $15 per 12 inch here. So I remember the first time I walked into Fat Beats and Beat Street and I saw those prices. That was around 98, 1998. And I saw the prices and it was like $5, $6 for a 12 inch. Now, I would go to the States and I would bring basically nothing. I would have the clothes on my back and probably some extra underwear, and that was it. I bought my flight case there. I would buy a ton of vinyl. So I would come back with like 2 flight cases filled with vinyl, a big bag with brand new gear because the clothes were cheaper and they had a lot that we didn't have then. Nowadays with online ordering it's all different, but then um, yeah, just take the vinyl, take all of the plastic off, the prices off, and just bring it. And when I would come back in Amsterdam at the airport, like a lot of times I was with Brain Power when we went there, so they would recognize us and they would think nothing of it that I would have like cases of vinyl. They were like, "Yeah, he's a DJ," not knowing that I just bought all of that stuff over there. Same thing with everything I had on. All the clothes I was wearing were brand new, but it was just so much cheaper, like $5, $6 compared to 15. That's crazy. So I was buying doubles, doubles, doubles of everything. Yeah, man. Glad I got to witness Fat Beats and Beat Street then. Hey, Mixmaster G, what up, man? So, but just with that as a background, it gives you so much appreciation for what you could do when Serato came out. And if you had a song once, you also had a double because you could load it into 2 decks. And for me, that was important. And I didn't have to buy 2 copies. I only needed one song. I could load it into 2 decks. Same thing when the online DJ pools came out. And like paying $20 to have access to music, that's a little bit more than one 12 inch. Like when you get to see it in that perspective. And I totally understand that if you're not from that era, that you don't have that connection. So I would never look at young DJs and be like, hey, you should be more appreciative. I understand why they don't see it that way. But for me, it is something that I truly enjoy. Same thing with Beatsource Link now. I have my own music collection. Just to know that I can go on here and get so much extra music that I might not have in my collection yet, and just have it if I need it, is it's just super dope. So yeah, I'll probably just spend some time to take a look at the some of the newest tracks that were added, and just add those to one playlist. I think I'll probably do that, and then add a couple more playlists just to see, just to make sure I have enough in there. Even though I already have enough now, just add a little bit more. It's like falling into a music volcano. Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing, though. It is a bit like a lot of DJs fall into that trap, especially when they like join the DJ pool just to download everything, and then you have like way too many songs in your folders, which is actually a downside when you're trying to DJ. And if you have too much in there, you lose track of things as well. Okay, so if you're not familiar, if you go to a certain track, so for instance this track right here, it will also show you like more from that artist. So if you just run into a track by an artist and you like it, you haven't even heard of that artist before, you get sent to some more tracks from that artist. And of course, you can also just use their search feature to look for anything from an artist. And if anything is in there, it will show up. So for instance, right here, I can just type Dave East, and then it will show me Dave East. And then it will take me to featured tracks, or just I can go to tracks. We can get to see some more. And now look, there's how many tracks on this page? It's like, I don't know, 10 tracks, and there's like 17 pages. So we could do 100 tracks per page, and then we're still gonna get 3 pages. So there's like 250, 300 tracks by Dave East or with Dave East on it. And you can do that for every artist. So you can spend a lot of time on Beatsource and make some great custom playlists if you have the time. I don't have the time now, so now I'll stick mostly to the playlists. But I could also use Serato to search for something on the fly if I need it. That is an option as well. Let me just show you that real quick while we're at it. Let's see if I can show that as well. Yeah, turn that off again. All right, let me change that. Otherwise, you can't see what I'm doing. All right, so 6, you missed that when I did it, so I'll show that to you right now before I continue. So if I'm in Serato, and you're seeing Serato right now, so over here you have my playlists from Beatsource. So we'll go to Beatsource right now, and I'll add a playlist right now. So let me go back to playlists. I'm going to add a new playlist right this moment so you can see it. So for instance, I'm going to take Sean Paul, and add that. So 14 tracks from Sean Paul VIP crates successfully added. Got it. Now, we're going to go back into Serato. The only thing I have to do now is go to my settings, the library page, and here you have music streaming. Now, all I have to do, Beatsource is selected. I just select one of the other sources. Yes, you can eject those. I had 2 tracks from Beatsource in the player, so they'll eject those. So now if I select Beatsource again, go back to Beatsource, go out of the settings, and now Sean Paul is right there. So you can stay in Serato. You don't have to close it or anything like that. You just go to your settings and change that right there. So one more thing I wanted to show you, and then I have to see if the food is here already. No, right here. So I was just showing you Dave East, right? I looked on Beatsource. If I'm in Serato and I'm playing, so let's say I'm doing, yeah, my mouse is going absolutely ham. It only happens when I'm in on the Serato screen, because if I take that away, like, we don't have that issue here. But the Serato screen, the mouse is on crack. But check it out. In Serato right now, if I do, if I search for Dave East right now, as you can see, nothing is showing up. That's because I currently, I don't have that many folders on this laptop. It's not finding any Dave East in my folders that are in Serato right now. If I activate this little B right here, the Beatsource B, and if I type Dave East now, check it out. Bang, 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 bang. Reading tags, checking tracks. Now I'm seeing all of the Dave East songs from Beatsource right here. And I can load a track right from here. So that will always give you easy access. So for instance, if someone has a request and you take requests, but it's a song that you currently don't have in your computer, like Madonna, for instance, I just type Madonna. Now, I actually have all of these songs. I know I just don't have them on this laptop right now. They're not in folders on this actual computer. But now they're right here. And it's not just one or two. It's a lot of them. So just having that access is incredible to me. So let me just get rid of that mouse again, because that is highly annoying. But that to me is a great feature. Let me do one quick check. All right. Because I am going to leave you guys because the the food has arrived. You prefer Serato over Rekordbox? Prefer is a strong word. Yeah, I mean, yes. Let me say yes. Yes. I use Rekordbox as well. When I sometimes I need to, sometimes it's more convenient for certain things. So Serato is what I'm most used to. After that, it's Rekordbox. So it all depends on how I'm going to be playing then. But yeah, I would say that is the preferred software for me. But it's just because I enjoy playing with that. I've played with that the most. But Rekordbox and as Rekordbox DJ works really well as well. All right, so I think that's it for now because the food arrived and I'm definitely hungry. I have not eaten yet. So I'm going to be here tomorrow with Crates, and that is going to be Crates, the Beatsource Link Edition. Now, this is not an ad, but if you want to go try out Beatsource Link, you can try it out for free for a month just to see how that works. And like I said, it works in basically all DJ software except for Tractor. So it works. Let me just pull it up. I don't even have to say it. Serato, Rekordbox, Algorithm DJ, Virtual DJ, Hercules with the DJuice software, Denon DJ, and even Dex. So chances are you're going to be able to use this in your DJ software. So that's yeah, that's pretty dope. Big T Edgar, yeah, I mean, there's not you can do a lot of the same things in both, like in Rekordbox and in Serato. That's why for me those two all always work great. All right, let me pull this up real quick, even though it's not totally accurate, just because that's what I always do when I end my stream. And I need to change one thing real quick. Let me do that right now. Because I see that that schedule is not 100% complete. So let me add that real quick. Most important thing tomorrow, Crates. Streaming live on Mixcloud, Twitch, and Periscope. So not on YouTube. My mix streams are not on YouTube. For all my YouTubers, please follow me on Mixcloud or Twitch, so you can always check out the mixes. I cannot do the mixes, or I do not do the mixes on YouTube, simply because of the copyright issues. And yes, I know there's DJs out there that still do it, and in most cases, all that happens is that the labels are able to monetize your video, and you're perfectly safe. It's just that policy violation warning I received once was enough for me to say, like, all right, I am not risking my YouTube channel, not for the mixes. So I do all of these streams on YouTube. This is also on Facebook right now, but the mixes, the audio, the mixes are only on Mixcloud, Twitch, and Periscope, until Periscope disappears in like a month or so. All right, let me just add this. Hit save, because there's information missing. Come on, computer. Oh, this laptop is suffering. It takes its time, yo. Anyways, there's one more date. There we go. Certified Bangers this Friday again. All right. So crates tomorrow, Beatsource Link Edition. Then I'm back on Wednesday with Share the Knowledge Live, and Friday an extra mix, Certified Bangers, and next Sunday you'll find me here. Yes, the laptop on crack for sure. Yeah, Periscope has like a month to go, so until it's gone, it's gonna be there. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.